Hi guys, so it is day 3 of vlogging, and yeah, so my first 2 vlogs were Coworth Park and Bovey Castle. Today's going to be quite different. I'm not going to a hotel this time, so I'm going to the airport, but I'm not actually going anywhere, so I'm not even sure what's going to happen myself. But basically, British Airways have invited some writers, journalists, bloggers to come along and to try out their new first and business class lounges. So what I'm doing now is I'm about to go and get on the Gatwick Express and head down to Gatwick. And then I'm actually going to catch a flight from Gatwick to Heathrow and see the business class lounges there. So, like I said, I'm not even quite sure what's going to happen, but I thought this would be a really interesting vlog. So I'm going to take you along and yeah, let's see how it goes. Really curious to find out what's going to happen today.
I'm looking outside my window. I try to see where my light goes. I just don't know how it slips out. There must be some kind of plan. Every person could be you though.
Hi guys, so I'm here at Gatwick Airport. I just got off the Gatwick Express and I'm here at Gatwick South Terminal, and I'm about to go to the premium check-in desk, and then I'm going to go through and I'm going to see business class and first class lounges. So we'll take you.
I'm looking outside my window. I try to see where my light goes. I just don't know how it slips out. There must be some kind of plan. Every person could be you though. A pretty guy with a halo. But who am I kidding, please now? I gotta realize that you understand what we could do around the world, say to Peru.
True story of what is going on with NBA. An airline that has always been extremely modern, extremely committed to its passengers. And the first point of contact has been this lounge today. I hope that you liked the lounge. Fantastic views. We chose this day on purpose because of the weather, as you can tell. So very cooperative.
With me a song on the radio.
Hi guys, so I'm on my flight and I'm about to enjoy some of the brand new British Airways in-flight food. So I thought I'd just show you this and then I'm gonna stop and enjoy. So basically, I've got my breads, I've got my asparagus, burrata, salmon tartare and a nice glass of champagne. So I'm super excited to enjoy this.
Digital and technology underpins each and every one of our 4 pillars of action internally. So technology is extremely important. So we'd like to tell you about 2 things today. First of all, confirm a full commitment to Wi-Fi on our fleet.
So here we are in the new British Airways first class. Now I've been in first class before, but how huge are these TVs and these seats? Amazing is this. And also, if you're staying in first class, you can get proper. You can get flat beds in business class, but get these proper duvets. pyjamas.
I'm looking outside my window. I try to see where my luck goes. I just don't know how it slips out. There must be some kind of plan. Every person could be you though. A pretty guy with a halo. But who am I kidding, please now? I gotta realize that you
Hi guys, so it's actually a couple of days later and I've had a chance to look through all the footage from my day with British Airways at Gatwick and Heathrow. And I just thought, because I wasn't quite sure at the beginning what was going to happen, and then during the day it was quite hard to kind of film and be a bit chatty, so I thought what I'd do is kind of conclude what happened and just tell you a bit about the day. So as I said at the beginning, I got the Gatwick Express and I got the train to Gatwick, obviously, and when I got there, we went through the premium check-in and into the business class lounge where they had all the buffet laid out for breakfast already, just for the day as they usually do, and we got to see all of that, and then we got to see the first class lounge as well. And and then we went back to the business class lounge, and we tried all the food from the a la carte menu in the first class. So in the first class I have a buffet, but you can also, if you've got more time and you want more substantial food, you can order a la carte. So there were burgers, fish and chips, sort of quite substantial items that were really, really good for airport lounge food. Like the burger was like rare in the middle, so it was properly well done. And then we boarded our flight. So it was really funny because it was obviously like in the check-in desk, in the gate, it said Heathrow, which, you know, obviously I've never flown from Gatwick to Heathrow before. I'm definitely not that rock star. And yeah, so it was, I wasn't sure exactly what was going to happen, but actually what happened was we were on the flight for 3 hours and they flew us up over Scotland. So we all met with Alex Cruz, who's the CEO of British Airways, and he just explained to us how the British Airways premium product is changing. And so, for example, you'll have seen in my earlier clips that they're introducing Wi-Fi, they're making a lot of changes in terms of food and beverage. So we got to try, you'll have seen the dishes I tried. I just had the starters, and I had some cheese, and the lady next to me had dessert. So I've got a few photos of those and they'll all be in the blog, which I will link to down below. Anyway, so the food, I've been on British Airways business class a few times and the food has always been, you know, not so amazing, but this food was really good. I mean, you know, it's never going to be Michelin star cuisine on a flight, but it was some of the best airline food I've ever tried. So that was a really lovely surprise to see how much British Airways are improving the quality of their online food. Even though now they're moving towards the Marks and Spencer's buy on board idea and that product, they're definitely improving the premium products. I can't quite remember what they were saying about the buy on board, but that'll all be in the blog, and I'll tell you all the full details about what's going on with that and how they're going to progress that new idea. So anyway, it was a 3-hour flight, and we really got to fully experience what it's like on board. We got to see the new first class, and I put that earlier. Very big screen TVs, very comfortable linens, and that was another thing Alex Cruz said, that they were very keen to improve the quality of the linens and all of that kind of thing on board. And if you like soft sheets and soft blankets like me, that's a really important thing. So that was really good to see. And then we also, we landed in Heathrow, we got off the airplane, we went through to the arrivals lounge, and then we got to the first class wing. So the new first class wing actually means that now first class passengers can check in, and then they don't have to go through all the queues and the rigmarole of going through customs, etc., etc. So you can just go straight through. There's all the x-rays, all the passport control, straight through, and then straight through to the lounge. So we went through to the British Airways first class lounge in Heathrow, and there was all the views of the planes. I'll have inserted a few photos because I wasn't allowed to take video and I didn't want to disturb the privacy of the first class passengers anyway. So I took 1 or 2 photos which I'll have inserted, and yeah, I didn't take any video and I thought I'd explain afterwards, which is what I'm doing now. So yeah, so we got to see all that, and just generally it was a really, really interesting day. And you guys all know that if you read my blog, I'm a big fan of British Airways, and I didn't say before, but I'm actually quite an airport geek. I love seeing the lounges and seeing all new products from airlines. So I'll also link down below, because I had a really interesting story about how I lost my wedding ring on a plane, which ended up being like a really emotional journey. So I wrote up as a blog post, so that will be in the information. So I've chatted enough already. I really hope you enjoyed this vlog and video, because it was quite a different experience for me. And yeah, so hopefully there'll be a bit more in this on my YouTube channel about first class travel, business class travel, and how you can experience it, and showing you some examples of that. So if that's something you're interested in, I'd love you to subscribe, and yeah, maybe give me a thumbs up. So thank you for joining me again, and looking forward to seeing you next time in the next vlog.